In the past, the nation of the Israelites was split into two kingdoms. 10 tribes were living in the northern kingdom. That kingdom is called Israel. The 2 tribes in the south are known as Judah. The story of today is about the northern kingdom, about Israel. This kingdom was ruled by a succession of kings who were evil men. They didn't obey the Lord. That is asking for problems. Do you see Menahem? He has a big knife in his hand. He kills King Shalom. Now he becomes the new king. He rules for 10 years, but he does nothing to encourage the people to turn from their disobedience. The people forget their Lord. But God never forgets his people. He warns Israel time after time through many prophets. The message is clear. When the people don't turn back to the Lord and obey him, God will allow them to be captured. All the people will become slaves. On a certain day, the army of Assyria comes to attack Israel. King Menahem doesn't want to fight against this mighty army. He makes all the rich people in his country to pay silver and money. He gives it all to the king of the enemies. Then the enemies go back to their own country and don't attack Israel. After Menahem died, his son Pekahiah becomes the new king. He only rules for 2 years. He is also an evil king. On a certain day he is murdered by Pekah, and then Pekah becomes the next king. During his reign, the enemies come again. They capture many cities in Israel. They take the men and women and children from the cities as prisoners back to their own country, Assyria. What a disaster! But the Lord had warned them. Do you see that the Lord really does what he says? Let it be a warning for you as well, to make sure that you obey him. But there are still Israelites in other cities. After that, Pekah is killed by Hosea. Again, a new king for Israel. During his reign, he has to pay tribute every year to the king of Assyria. But on a certain day, he asks the king of Egypt to become his friend, and he stops paying money to the king of Assyria. That upsets the king of Assyria. He comes again with an army to Israel. He puts King Hosea in prison. He marches against the capital city Samaria and lays siege to it for 3 years. Finally, the city Samaria surrenders. All the inhabitants are captured. They need to walk all the way to Assyria as prisoners and slaves. Do you see? Like the Lord had warned already. The king of Assyria then forces people from other countries to go and live in Israel, in the towns and cities that had once been the homes of the Israelites. These people settle in the land of Israel. Some marry with Jews that are not deported. They become a people known as the Samaritans. The people don't become captives because the Lord is unable to protect his people. No, the country Israel is destroyed because the people have sinned against the Lord by worshipping other gods and doing evil things that the Lord has forbidden. For many years the Lord has sent his prophets to warn Israel, saying, "Give up your evil ways, obey the Lord." But the Israelites have refused to listen. The people of Israel didn't keep the promises they had made with the Lord. So the Lord removed them from the land he had given them. Only the Jews in the southern kingdom of Judah are left. Do they obey the Lord? And what about you?